What's going on, guys? Brother Rusher here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we are taking on the EZA for the TEQ Exchange Fat BUU and Evil BUU. So let us actually hop on in here. So the BUU here, the best team to use against them is Time Limit. That's obviously the category boost that we need to use. That's the one that's going to do the most damage and take the least amount of damage. You also want to make sure you're not using Super STR, Extreme AGL, Extreme Tech, Extreme STR, and Extreme Fizz. So you can run Super AGL, Super Tech, Super Int, Super Fizz, and Extreme Int. So those are your options that you can use. And it's for time limit, so we already got a team going. This is the team that I've been using the entire time. So I just brought a Power Beyond Super Saiyan category. And then the other one is Movie Heroes. So, and then they give 30% to Kamehameha. So pretty much everybody on here except the Gogeta and the Gotenks are getting a 200% leader skill. So they still do pretty decent damage, and alongside doing the good damage, they still tank very well and get through these fights relatively quick. So you can just auto this. I mean, the stage itself is very easy. I did actually beat this on my JP side. The only difference that I used on JP compared to here is on JP, they actually have the Super EZA for Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So I was using him instead, and he actually worked tremendously well here. Unfortunately, on the global side, we are not blessed with that EZA yet. So unfortunately, we do have to wait. But let's kind of talk about BUU here with his EZA. So post EZA, he becomes a Majin Power category Key 4 170%, or Artificial Life Form category Key 3 170%. He's got the Kamehameha as a super, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is a 50% attack buff and a 30% defense buff, and causes immense damage to the enemy. For the passive, he gets Key +3, attack and defense 150%. He gets a additional attack +50% when performing a super. He reduces damage received by 40% if there's another Majin Power category ally attacking in the same turn, plus an additional damage reduction of 30%. So you basically get 70% damage reduction if there's another Majin Power category ally attacking in the same turn. Then you get a additional 50% attack and defense when there are no Majin Power category category enemies. So if you're not fighting basically any BUU category enemies, you get an extra 50% attack and defense. And then exchanges with Majin BUU Pure Evil when conditions are met. Which is basically just starting from the 3rd turn of battle, it automatically will just transform. So once he transforms and we go into like the Evil BUU side, he gets super attack wise, he greatly raises attack, so he stacks attack in evil form. He raises his defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage to the enemy, and seals super attacks. And then for his passive, he gets Key +3, 200% attack, and 150% defense. He gets a additional 70% attack when performing a super. He reduces damage received by 40%. And if there's another Majin BUU category ally attacking in the same turn, you get an additional 30% damage reduction, so you still get a 70% damage reduction. He gets the additional 50% attack and defense when he's not fighting a Majin BUU category enemy. But then he does gain a great chance to stun the attacked enemy, and he has a high chance of evading enemies' super attacks. So when he actually turns into like Evil BUU, he's actually not too terrible, to say the least. He does actually, so I've used him on the JP side, and I mean, he was dishing out some solid like 12, 13 million attack stats, which is actually not too bad for, you know, a unit that released back in 2020. And then he does have one more transformation, can be activated when HP is 70% or more starting from the 4th turn after the exchange. So what you normally want to do is you want to take this BUU, you want to put him in slot 3, and then when he comes back around, you'll be able to transform him right away. And then when you finally get to the BUU Super, so once you get to his final transform state, he massively raises attack, so he stacks attack, greatly raises defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage to the enemy, and seals supers. Passive wise, this is where it gets fun. He gets Ki +4, 250% attack, and 200% defense. He gets a additional 100% attack when performing a super. He reduces damage received by 50%, and if there's another MAJIN power category ally attacking the same turn, he gets a additional 20%, so he's still at 70% regardless. Because you're mainly going to be running these, like this BUU with the TEQ, probably like with the int fat BUU that just came out, the Dokkan Fest. So you'll probably have them linked up together the entire time anyway, so you'll always have a MAJIN power category ally attacking in the same turn, just to ensure that he's going to get all of his buffs basically. And then he gets an additional 50% attack and a chance to perform a crit plus 25% per rainbow key sphere obtained. So if you get 4 rainbow key spheres, he gets 100% crit, which I've actually, so I've used him a couple times, and yeah, you know, you get like 2 orbs, 3 orbs of the rainbow orbs. He does crit very, very often. And yeah, you definitely do not want to put any crit on this unit when you are building him. You probably want to go with additional and dodge, I would say. But I mean, yeah, when I was using this guy, he was dishing out 20 million, 21 million attack stats. I mean, he was popping off. So I'm very happy to see that, you know, we did get the EZA for this BUU, considering, you know, considering the Gotenks had already got his EZA beforehand. So I guess we kind of figured that BUU would be kind of somewhere close, because the units dropped together as like a dual Dokkan Fest. So it would have made no sense to really like EZA Gotenks and then not do BUU relatively close by. And thankfully, over here on Global, we got the EZA for Gotenks early as well, so we're not gonna have to wait till like Topo Celebration before we get them. Now we don't have the TEQ Super EZA yet for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, so that's the only one I'm kind of wondering about, like when they're gonna drop them. Like, is that gonna come sometime later? Like, is it actually gonna drop with the Topo Celebration, or are they gonna switch it up and just drop it early for us just so we can get them done and out the way as well? I guess I don't know. I guess we'll see what Dokkan decides that they want to do. But in other news, we are getting the EZA for TEQ Ultimate Gohan as well. And, you know, just by looking at what he's going to be doing, basically like what he's going to be doing post EZA, I think he's clearly going to be like the number 1 like the number 1 TUR unit, because he is going to be stacking like crazy. So I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with him. But there we go. So that was the completion for the EZA for BUU here. You get the 30 stones for completing the EZA. Then there's some missions, so you can get an extra 4 right there. And there we go. It was super easy, super chill. You know, we got it done with absolutely no problem. So you guys enjoyed the video, consider hitting that like button. And if you guys are new here, consider subscribing as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.